In a new poll of 2,000 soccer fans, over a third think they could score not just a regular goal in a World Cup match, but a game-winning penalty kick in the World Cup. And over 20% think they could give the keeper the eyes and trick the goalie into diving the wrong way. Continuing on this same soccer stupidity, over 16% believe they would save at least one penalty kick if they were goalie. Because they're thinking, I just got to guess the right way and it'll hit me. That's got to be their thinking. I mean, are there no bounds to our delusions?
Clearly not.
No. Jesus Christ. I honest to God think I would have a better chance at landing that commercial jet plane in an emergency than I would beating a professional female tennis player, than I would at hitting a major league fastball. There is no chance in hell I would ever be able to score a game-winning penalty kick in the World Cup.
Of all three of those that you've mentioned, the returning the tennis serve is the closest that I might be able to do, but that's still going to be with shorts full of poop when Serena Williams shows up.
Yeah,
because
it's not returning a serve; it's beating.
Yeah.
Oh, actually winning the whole. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Good old fashioned battle of the sexes. Billie Jean King versus is it not Martin Riggs? That's Lethal Weapon. Bobby Riggs. Bobby Riggs. Although Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon versus Billie Jean King, that would have been an interesting match. No, we're not going to beat a professional female tennis player. At best, maybe get a piece of a return serve. It may not go where you want it, but at best, you might have a shot to touch the ball.
You couldn't beat a D1 college tennis player.
I don't think I could beat a D2 or 3 if that even exists.
There's probably not even a high school champ.
A lot of us just have these crazy delusions. It doesn't seem like any one of us are anywhere near these delusions. Trey, you're not going to kick a game-winning goal in the World Cup?
No. I mean, my first sport was soccer. I wish I'd probably stayed with it, but, especially at that time, there was no professional soccer really in the United States. I mean, there was just, it wasn't the cool thing to do. No, you weren't seeing Premier League games on TV. But no, most people in that pressure, it's like the same thing. The other delusion is, I could make that putt. And, especially on like a US Open golf course. No, you couldn't. Not even from 5 feet. Not a fucking chance. Not with millions of dollars on the line. You would choke. And same thing with soccer, game winner on the line, penalty kicks. And you could put Jabba the Hutt in the net, and most people are going to miss.
I love hearing you say that, because like even right now I'm just trying to imagine myself standing in front of a goalie, World Cup, penalty kick situation. I can feel the lactic acid building up in my body right now. I can feel the choke juice building. It's like there's no way I'd even be able to unclench my feet to move towards the goal.
Let's keep this in mind if we're really going to be accurate with this. When you're in penalty kicks for the World Cup, okay, at that point, you have played 120 minutes of soccer. Most people do not even fathom the physical shape you have to be in to play soccer. To give you some point of reference, if those of you who really don't understand, wide receivers in football, if they run a long route, they go to the sideline for air. Those guys are on the field running back and forth, a little bit longer than a football field, for 45 minutes at a time, 30-minute break, then 45 minutes. Then if you're in penalty kicks, you have done 2 overtimes. So you have now, without a break, been out there for 75 minutes. You're gassed.
You are out of orange slices. There is nothing
and
left.
You're going to, but you have just the leg strength alone, people don't understand. Like
they run for multiple miles in a game.
when I was in high school and I had ACL reconstruction, one of the tests they did to gauge how well your reconstructed knee was doing, so it was a machine that did a strength test. Now, I had very strong legs at the time. The reason why my left leg kept failing is my right leg, I beat, and this is a really old reference, but there used to be a soccer player in Dallas named Tattoo.
Uh-huh.
I beat his scores on my right leg. So my left leg my left leg was perfectly fine, but it was supposed to be a ratio from like be within 15% of your right leg, your healthy leg. And I was always like 20.
Interesting.
And those
I know, because when
fucking stupid.
You're right, because when you think about all of it together, when you think about the totality of what it would take just to get to the penalty kick, the final penalty kick in a World Cup match, and thinking you could score is beyond delusional. Because, like you said, you're talking about having played 120 minutes of soccer, running up and down the field like crazy. I don't even know if I would be able to be physically standing in front of the goal to even make a kick attempt. You would have to defibrillate me at least twice to get me upright to even try to fall on the ball.
And my point with the Tattoo story was he was an indoor soccer player in Dallas. He was not even a Premier League player. He wasn't good enough. That's, he was a very mid soccer player who was just famous in Dallas.
Yeah.
I think, wasn't he indoors? Wasn't that the sidekicks?
Yeah, Dallas sidekicks. Yeah, no, Tattoo is honestly probably one of the greatest DFW athletes that we have as far as local greatness, because he had titles and goals and championships, but at the end of the day, it was indoor soccer.
It wasn't even, the Bundesliga or anything else. The Premier League. It was American. I mean, all you have to say is it was American soccer at the time, because 30 years ago that was you have been about as low of a relegation as you could find.
Yeah, because like the lower tier soccer academies full of 12-year-olds in the UK could beat adult American soccer players.
Yeah. 12. As Messi had a hat trick last night. 12-year-old Messi is going to beat you. Handedly.
Hard.
So according to FIFA, the average soccer player, football player, runs 6 to 8 miles in a standard 45-minute game. 6 to 8 miles.
Well, games are 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, 90-minute. Yeah, sorry, 90-minute match. 6 to 8 miles in a 90-minute match.
So, and then you tack on, if you're in penalty kicks, you've gone 30 additional minutes, which means so you're at 8 to 10 miles at least.
And the goalie,
runs
1 to 2 miles. No.
You're sprinting up and down, up and down, up and down.
Changing directions on a dime. Jumping. Kicking,
fancy footwork,
punching sometimes. Now I will say, when it comes to FIFA and the World Cup, I know there's lots of running, there's lots of action, but there's also lots of falling down. And this is still my big gripe. Every 4 years, I get a little excited about the World Cup, and I'm hopeful for our American team, and then I'll watch a couple of games here and there, and I get turned off within about 5 minutes because of all the flopping. FIFA, that basically stands for flopping in foreign arenas. It's just a huge turnoff for me. And I have friends that grew up playing soccer, were very good at soccer, and I've tried to have this conversation with them. It's like, there has got to be something done about this. This hurts the sport. I think flopping is the main. Yes, it does.
No,
it
hurts.
It absolutely.
To ignorant Americans, it does.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't let me finish. It hurts the sport when trying to grow it in America, because Europe has pretty much acquiesced. For whatever reason, they're fine with their men flailing around on the turf. In America, though, we seem to have a different standard on that, and that is There's supposed to be some toughness to it, and soccer already is a very tough sport. It's an elegant sport, but it gets tarnished when you have these flopping idiots that look like fish on the pitch instead of adult grown soccer players. And it's a turnoff to the Americans. And that's one of the reasons why it's not as popular as it could be.
That has nothing to do with it.
Don't you dare minimize my experience, Trey. That's the reason why I don't like it, and I guarantee you I'm not alone.
It will not and never take off in America simply because the money sports. Europe, people don't realize how much soccer players make, but in America, MLS players do not make the same as football, basketball, baseball players, and that's always going to be the route. Ultimately, that's what drives people to choose these, very tier one athletes. That's what's going to drive their choices. But and there is flopping, and sometimes it is ridiculous. But there are other times, as we just talked about, as you are running 8 to 10 miles, 6 to 8 miles. Sometimes that flopping is strategic in that you're giving your guys a breather.
Find a better way to do it. That doesn't make you look. You try. Just try.
And then there's something like I watched this. One deal. It was in the Mexico game. It looked very innocuous, and these two guys jumped up and they collided. But then what you realize is, one guy hit the other guy just square on the kneecap.
Oh,
that hurts.
I'm with you there. I've been hit square on the kneecap like that, and I saw that, and I'm with you. I felt for that guy because I was like, bro, I've been there.
A lot of times, like what you're thinking, and they look really innocuous, especially when you have been running around that much. You get hit in the legs, kicked in the legs. It may look innocuous, but it does hurt. And yes, they're definitely overly dramatic at times, but a lot of times that is strategic just to get everyone a breather.
Just pretend to pass out.
You're trying to get that other team a yellow card. You're trying to get a penalty kick. There is some strategy to it.
I understand there's strategy to it, but I'm saying it sucks and it hurts the sport when trying to get it to spread and be more popular in America. Like the flopping became such an issue in the NBA, thank you, James Harden, that they've cracked down on it. So other sports realize, and NFL has some stuff on it now. It's like, NBA, we're not going to tolerate this.
You're going to tell me the NBA it now has teams that tank. They just literally tank their entire season. So
I'm just talking about the flopping. Tanking is bad. You should always go out and try to win. I'm just talking about the flopping. When you're doing big arms thing, because someone breathed on you and you're trying to draw, like that's just that. How do you look at your family in the eye and go like, oh yeah, I'm a tough athlete. Please, you fell down. I actually would respect it more if instead of pretending to be hurt and screaming out, pretending to writhe in pain, and then getting the magical soccer spray and boom, you pop back up and you're ready to go for another 25 minutes. Just pretend to faint. Just be like, and just fall over and then get back up. I would have a little more respect in that because at least it's obvious. It's clear. No?
I'm going to let you sit in that one.
I'm happy to sit in it. I will stew in this all goddamn day.
I hope you pass out.
If I do, it'll be honest. It'll be an honest pass out.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.